Hey everyone, it's Chenzo87 coming at you with another video analysis of Pokemon Go's Go Battle League Ultra League. But this time, we're looking at Ultra League Open. What's the difference between Open and Premier? Well, it's simple. In Open, you can use Legendaries and Mythicals on your team. So it does shift the meta a little bit when compared to Premier. And tonight, we'll be looking at the top 5 Pokemon as rated by pvpoke.com. If you haven't checked out pvpoke.com yet, are you even PvPing? Link is in the description. Check them out. Get your assistance with team building for Silph Cups, GBL, or any sort of information that you need about teams. Now, let's jump straight into it. The 5th ranked Pokemon in Open Ultra League is something very close to my heart. It's Talonbay. Fire, flying, amazing Pokemon. You need to invest the XLs. You need the Hundo, or you need the 13 attack, 15 best buddied. It is a very, very strong Pokemon in this meta. It's a very strong Pokemon all round, but in Open is where it really shines compared to Premier. There are ways to beat it though, and one of the top picks is Empoleon. Now, Empoleon being a steel water type, even though it has that steel typing, it is not weak to fire because of its water typing. It does neutral damage. And Empoleon has a fast move Waterfall, which does a lot of damage quickly. That's the problem when facing an Empoleon. Talonflame, it's too slow with its Incinerates. So Empoleon is going to do a lot of damage with that fast move, and it's going to get to the Hydro Cannon very quickly. The next one is Gengar, the Ghost-type Pokemon. It does have a very good fast move in Shadow Claw, and it can get to Shadow Punch very, very easily, which means Talonflame needs to start using shields quickly. Even though it's level 50 and it's got the bulk, by the time Gengar gets to a couple of Shadow Punches, it's going to do the damage onto Talonflame. So it is a good pick against Talonflame. And finally, it's Gyarados. Number 1 pick, in my opinion, against Talonflame. Dragon Breath does a lot of damage very quickly. But Aqua Tail, its charged move, is very strong against Talonflame. It gets to it very quickly. It's not a large charge move to get to. So it's going to throw a couple of Aqua Tails, and it's going to start chunking away at Talonflame health. Now, Talonflame, it's going to throw the Incinerates. It's going to throw the Flame Charges. Because of the water typing on Gyarados, it's not going to do much. If you throw a Brave Bird, well, they might not shield it. They may shield it. But chances are, if you get this matchup, you've got to get Talonflame straight out. Number 4. And this Pokemon is actually ranked 6th as well in its normal form, but Shadow Abomasnow is ranked top 4 in Open Ultra. It is a very good Pokemon. It has the Ice and the Grass typing, which means it is double weak to fire, but it has Energy Ball, which it does get to very quickly because of those Powder Snows adding up. Weather Ball can do a lot of damage to a few Pokemon in Open Ultra, but mainly the Energy Ball is where the problem is. There are ways around it though, and one of the top picks is Melmetal, the mythical Pokemon that was released in Pokemon Go a couple of years ago. It is a Steel type, and it has Rock Slide and Superpower, which hurt Abomasnow. So it's going to get to it. It's going to throw a lot of damage on Abomasnow. Abomasnow having Powder Snow, having Ice Weather Ball, having Energy Ball, it's not going to do a lot of damage to Melmetal. So Melmetal's right there. It's smacking it down. It's taking it out. Next, and it's no surprise, it's a couple of the fire types. It's Charizard with Fire Spin, Blast Burn. Blast Burn is a legacy move. So if you haven't invested in a good Charizard with Blast Burn, you might want to chuck on an Elite TM on a very good PvP Charizard. It is a beast in Ultra League. Amazing. The OG. It's Charizard, man. It's Charizard. It does neutral damage to Charizard, Abomasnow, with the Powder Snow and with the Weather Ball. Energy Ball is double resisted, so hey, sweet. But Charizard, with that fast move of Fire Spin, is going to start adding up to the Abomasnow. It's going to take it out. And finally, my pick, of course, it's Talonbane. Hey, it's Talonbane. Incinerate does so much damage. And Flame Charged Incinerate, forget it against the Bomberstone. Bomberstone's got no chance. So it is a very good pick against the Bomberstone. Obviously, in my opinion, if you go fire types against the Bomberstone, you're going to do double damage because it's double weak. Now, coming at number 3, no surprise. This Pokemon's everywhere. It's powerful. It's XL. It is Galarian Stunfisk. You can't get rid of this Pokemon because it is so powerful. Slings the mud. So the Steel types are scared. It throws rocks. So the Ice types are scared. The Fire types are scared. The Fire Flying types are freaking out. It is a good Pokemon all round, but it does need that XL candy investment. And look, if you can get it to Best Buddy, hey, props to you. I'd be using it. But it does lose to Giratina Altered form. Now, not Origin. Giratina obviously comes in 2 forms, Origin and Altered. Altered is a lot better in Ultra. It does have the Ghost Fast moves, and it's got the Ghost Charge moves. It's just a very tanky Pokemon. It's going to get to the Charge moves. It's going to throw it onto the Stunfisk, and it's going to do a lot of damage. Nothing super effective, but the moves will add up, and it will take Stunfisk down. Next, it's a fighting type, and it's Machamp. Machamp, being that fighting type, is going to deal that super effective damage to the Steel type of Galarian Stunfisk. It's going to get to Cross Chop very quickly. It's going to resist the Rock Slides. It's the Pokemon you want in a matchup against Galarian Stunfisk. It is so strong, and it takes it down very, very quickly. But, of course, in my personal opinion, I reckon Swampert is still the best counter to Galarian Stunfisk. It's throwing Mud, which it is weak to. It is throwing Hydro Cannon, which it is weak to, and it is going to add up. It is going to take that Pokemon out. It's going to resist the Rock Slides, just like Machamp, having that ground typing. But Galarian Stunfisk has to get an Earthquake off, which Swampert can take. Even though it's not an XL, it can still take 1 Earthquake. And then it just throws the Hydro Cannons in response and takes it out. Great counter to Galarian Stunfisk. The second rated Pokemon, according to pvpoke.com, is Cresselia. This psychic Pokemon is very, very bulky. It is very high defensively, and it is very good. It takes care of Swampert. It takes care of the fighters. It can go toe-to-toe with Gengar because it's got that fast move of Psycho Cut. They will add up. Now, Gengar can resist most of the charge moves, but it depends on how you want to play Cresselia. If you want to go with the Moonblast Grass Knot, you're going to have a bit of a problem against Gengar. But if you go with Future Sight, well, you're going to knock Gengar out. So it depends how you want to build it, but Grass Knot, in my opinion, is a must. Especially if you're not running a Grass-type Pokemon, you need a Grass move on Cresselia. Grass Knot is Legacy, so you're going to have to use that Elite TM, but it is so worth it. It is so worth it. So how do you get around it? Well, easily, Venusaur. Surprisingly, even though Cresselia being the Psychic type and Venusaur being weak to that, being a Poison type, Cresselia with Moonblast and Grass Knot, it's not going to do a lot of damage to Venusaur. Venusaur is going to resist both of those moves. The fast move, Psycho Cut, it's not a very powerful fast move, so it's not going to do a lot of damage quickly. It's just a very good fast move to get to your charge moves. So Venusaur is going to be able to take a couple of those Psycho Cuts, throw a couple of Frenzies, and you're going to have to use a couple of shields with Cresselia. So it's a very good matchup for Venusaur. If they're running Future Sight, just like with Gengar being that Poison type, you're going to have to shield. So I guess you're going to have to call it when you're versing this. What's your opponent running? Next, and I think this is a really good Pokemon to use against it, is Escavalier. Being the Steel typing, it's going to resist. It's going to resist everything that Cresselia throws at it. It's going to resist the Psycho Cuts. It's going to resist the Grass Knot, the Moonblast, and the Future Sight. So it is a great Pokemon to bring to it. Even though it's got counter, it's not fast move dependent. It does have access to Mega Horn, which Cresselia, being a Psychic type, is weak to. So, I mean, if you're going to run that, it's a great matchup for you if you've got your Escavalier. And finally, Articuno. Articuno, very good Pokemon against Cresselia. It does resist the Grass Knot. Grass Knot. But it can get to Icy Wind very quickly. Doesn't deal anything super effective, but because it can get to its moves a lot quicker than Cresselia, it's a very good Pokemon to use against it. Grass Knot being one of Cresselia's best moves, and Articuno resisting that, hey, it's going to have a good matchup. And finally, the last Pokemon, the top-rated Pokemon in Ultra League Open, is one we've just had in Raid, so I really hope you got some XL candies. It is Registeel! It is a Steel-type Pokemon taking over Open Ultra League. Registeel being that Steel-type is going to resist so much. And if you have watched my resistance videos, you see how much it resists everything. It's a great Pokemon all round, but does have its weaknesses. Lock On, its fast move, it deals very little damage, but it charges up the charge moves, and that's why it's a very important move to have on it. It does have access to Flash Cannon, so it can take care of the fairies. It does have Focus Blast, so it can take care of the Steel types. Very good having Focus Blast in a mirror matchup with Registeel, but there are ways around it. And, of course, well, it's Talonbay. Please, it's a Fire type. It's going to resist the Flash Cannon. It's going to resist the Focus Blast. It is a very good Pokemon in this matchup. Registeel has no chance. You get to an Incinerate. You throw a couple of Incinerates, you get to a Flame Charge. It's GG. If this is your last Pokemon, and if you see a Talonflame come in, you got a top left. It's a very hard matchup. But Talonflame being a very good counter to it. Next is a Mudboy, one of the Mudslingers. It is Swampert. Shields down. Swampert destroys this. Gets to Earthquake. It's GG's. Swampert throwing the mud is going to do a lot of fast move damage. Hydro Cannon is resisted, but they do add up if you need to use your shields. If you want to bait out with the Hydro Cannons and they let it go, it's still going to do somewhat good damage, but Earthquake is your main move. Throwing the mud on a Steel type, that's what you want. And then throwing the Earthquake, even better. But I also recommend Machamp. Machamp being the fighting type that it is, being very, very good against Registeel in that it can get to Cross Chop very quickly and just start throwing them. Flash Cannon doesn't do much to Machamp. Focus Blast, well, it can hurt it. Machamp is very, very glassy, but Machamp being a massively powerful fighter type, it's going to do a lot of damage to Registeel. So, my top 3 picks in what I'd be using in Ultra League. Open, my first lead would be Cresselia. Just a great Pokemon. Very bulky, has that Grass Knot move. It is awesome. I'd be using that. Then I'd probably go with Galarian Stunfisk just for a couple of the flyers with the Rock Slide access and with the Mud moves. Chucking on against a Steel-type Pokemon is a very good matchup. And this one's a little bit out there, I reckon, but it's in the top 4 and I'm going to use it. Abomasnow. XL Abomasnow. Hey, it's Abomasnow. Yes, it is weak to Fire type, double weak. It's weak to fighting, but it is very good against the Water types. It is very good against the Dragon types. So it is an all-round great Pokemon to use. But that's all from me, Chenzo87. That is my analysis of the top 5 Pokemon in Ultra League Open and the team that I would recommend moving forward. That's all from me. Stay safe. Good Pogo to you. I'm Chenzo87.